Surely these women are going to beg, plead, do whatever they have to do to try and get their husbands to clean up their acts. Will it work? I don't know. Let's see. Meet Sue. She says that her live-in boyfriend, Tom, looks and acts like a pig. Literally. You see, Tom is a dairy farmer, and he spends his whole day up to his knees in mud, hay, and what you are seeing now is cow manure. Okay. You know, when I was a kid, we used to live on a dairy farm. Well, the problem is when he comes home, he does not change. He tracks that all over the house. Oh. Will you describe him for us?
Oh, Sally, he's so disgusting. It's just gross. Tom works out in the cow caca all day.
Cow caca, okay.
I'm not going to say cow. And it's gross. It is just disgusting. He comes in the house covered with it from head to foot, especially if he's been out on the scraper tractor scraping it up, because the tires shoot it all up all over his clothes. He comes in my house. He does not take his boots off. He tracks it all over. I have white linoleum in my house. It gets covered with it. I put a carpet down in front of the door so that he'd have a place to take his boots off.
I get a high-powered hose. And I don't know if it works. I get him a beeper. I'd get him a beeper when he came near, you know, like a fireman's hose or something. He wears his work clothes for weeks without changing.
Yes, he
Why
does.
can't you get him to change?
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to change. He says, why change? Because I'm just going to go out and do it all over again the next day. So
because you're at home.
He doesn't
Does
care.
he change his shoes? Does he change his socks?
He does not change his socks, Sally. They are so bad. Odor eaters would run from these socks. They're so gross. I have to show you something.
I don't know if I can take this.
This is what he likes to wear when we go out.
When you go out?
Look at this. This is full of hay. Look at this. It's full of hay.
Wow.
Now, wait a minute. These?
Wait a minute. Time out. That's not him. That's the
cow
caca. When you wash his clothes, how many times do you have to wash them?
I have to wash them at least 2 or 3 times, and I run I'll tell you,
We
no
ought to give him
amount.
one of those detergent commercials. You know those people that say we get anything out, any spots?
I don't think so.
Now, you won't sit in his van, right?
No, I will not get in his van. His van is totally disgusting. We have seat covers on him, but I have to put...
Wait a minute. You have white linoleum, you are wearing a white dress, and you bought a white couch.
Oh, God, you heard about my couch.
Yes, why?
Yes. Because I like it. It's a beautiful couch, but I don't keep it at home.
Where is it?
It's at my sister's house.
That's so funny. I'm going to go over to my sister's house to sit on my couch.
I'm not going to let him sit on it.
And he is a dirt magnet.
Yes, that's his everyday lifestyle, okay? Comes home from work, and when he gets home from work, he gets home before me, and when I get there, I can smell he's home. I can't tell, I can smell it, okay? I walk into the room, and I can tell where he is because there's a trail of clothing, like his shoes, his sneakers, his whatever he had on that day. So when I finally locate him, there he is sitting there with stains all down his shirt, you know. I said,
He's not a dairy farmer, is he?
No, he's not a dairy farmer.
What
he's
does
a
he
slob.
do? Oh, he's just a slob.
He's just a slob. You know?
Urban slob.
Yes. Like in the middle of the night, you get up to go to the bathroom, I'll be on my way, and I'll hear footsteps behind me, and I'm like, what is that? And I keep looking behind me, and I don't see anything. So finally I get to the bathroom, and the clothes jump out of the corner, and they like attack me, like, yo, if you don't take me to the cleaners, it's you and me. You know, his clothes are totally,
His
outrageous.
dirty clothes attack you?
Right. They say no man is an island, but his clothes stand alone. There's no way. You know, he does not be inside.
Let's bring Eric out. Eric, come on out. Eric, Mark, very nice. Yeah, you look lovely. Have a
Thank
seat.
you.
Not near me. Have a seat. Here are the problems. You drop food all over the floor.
That's
you
not true.
Just the carpet. I walk across in front of my couch, and the carpet sticks to the bottom of my shoes. Come on now.
And you're a newlywed. Don't you think you should kind of shape up and dazzle your wife?
I mean, I'm not as bad as she says I am. I'm not.
Oh, really?
I mean, if I drop some
Truck. Can you describe him for us?
Oh, first of all, just to give you kind of an idea, Sally, I want to thank you so much for bringing all my home furnishings and everything into your studio today. I feel so at home. There is one change. These, though, would have to go right here.
Okay, right settled
Now
right
I'm
there.
at home. Okay. My husband is not only the king of slobs, he is the king of pack rat. He saves every magazine we get. Oh gosh, every piece of junk mail. We have everything.
Now, you said that the company once saw something in the refrigerator that was a dead cat. Who would put a dead cat? What was it?
My husband loves to cook, or he loves to create.
Cat?
Well, it wasn't quite. It didn't start out as a cat. What had happened was, he brought home this zucchini or something. He was going to cook for me. He was going to make this lavish meal. What had happened was, he always does this and never cooks it, and it rots, and I have to throw it away. So when he brought this home, I said to him, Scott, I'm not throwing this one away. When it rots in the refrigerator, it's your turn. So we had a standoff for 2 months. I insisted I was not pulling it out of the refrigerator. Well, I'm a volunteer cheerleading coach, and I had all my cheerleaders over for a sleepover one night. 2 of them hopped over to the fridge to get a Mountain Dew and opened up the bottom drawer, because that's usually where I keep my sodas. And this zucchini had curled over and got fuzzy. And they thought one of my kids' cats died and we were waiting to bury it. They let out a scream and ran out of my kitchen. It was awful.
This one's really bad. Everything is wrong. Her yard looks like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Jed
When
would be
they go
proud.
out, he talks about gross things. He will show people how he chews his food in his mouth. He leaves his dirty clothes all over the house. And she's just plain embarrassed to see with him in public. All right, let's see what this character looks like, okay? Bring him on out. Do you bathe at all?
Oh yeah, I like to bathe, but I just like to wear the old clothes that I keep.
Okay,
you know?
but
Got a
what
nice
about
collection.
shaving?
I really don't like to shave. It takes a long time for
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
so-
that I
You
have.
see, he
so.
figures it takes him so long to even grow this little poor pathetic beard
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he doesn't want to shave it. It's too much work to get it there, so he leaves it there.
Your
And
wife has
he
said you're-
bathes, but he goes, we have this big pile, which he when he called, he took the clothes out of the closet to say his shirt size and everything, and then threw them on the floor because he won't take them out of the closet. It's got to come like this. And he'll bathe and go right back over to the pile and put his
put it
old
back
clothes
on.
It's
filing
terrible.
system. I got a filing system.
That's
filing
that
system.
filing system is throughout my house. That's with the clothes. That's with the refrigerator. He runs.
This is what he wears before he goes to bed. Downtown.
You look very neat. Do you know he was that bad before you married
I've known him for 12 years. We just got married 2 years ago. Our wedding was a disaster.
What
I
happened?
walked out. This might as well have been what he wore.
At the wedding?
Except put legs on it. He wore a pair of pants
This is his
A
favorite
shirt.
shirt. Look at the sleeves.
and a
They're
headband.
all tore
he
up.
took his hat off and wore a headband. That's his dress-up suit.
The headband is the dress up.
His hat is torn. He wears it in the shower with him. He goes down.
Wait
He
a
go-
minute.
he goes down-
wears a headband in the shower? Or
He wears his hat.
In the shower?
Yeah. That's how he
Make
cleans
sure
it.
it gets clean.
You have a
he wants
very
it clean
unusual
for
father.
tomorrow.
A new father. That's very unusual.
He wears shorts and a holy cut-off shorts with holy shirt, and he wears boots downtown with him.
Oh my
With
goodness. All right,
boots.
let's see what new dad looks like, okay? Come on
Sally,
out.
I gotta tell you too. I took him home. It was awful.
He hasn't shaved in 12 years?
No.
I haven't shaved since I was 17.
Really?
And he's 40.
I want to see this chin. I know there's one in there.
It's got to go. But what are my makeover people going to do? The man hasn't shaved. Weed whacker, right? A weed whacker.
Sally, I took this man home with
clogged
me,
it up.
and my parents asked me, what cave did you pull this out of? And are you going to keep it?
Now, I hear
put
that
him in a
you
new
frighten children.
Not once they get to know me.
Oh, yeah, right.
They look at him, they run, they scream. It's like we can't. He tried to go to Canada once.
They wouldn't let him in.
They would not let him into Canada.
They
thought he had escaped.
They would not let you into Canada.
They took a mugshot and stuff to see if I was an escapee or something. I don't
And
know.
when he goes to the movies, kids look at him and scream and cry. That ought
Around
to do
town,
it.
they think, okay, here's this nice-looking girl. What's that with her? Is this an ex-murderer? What's he look?
Can I ask why you shower wearing your hat? Your son told us that you shower wearing your hat.
Well, I don't like dirty hats, so I gotta wash it.
He doesn't want to put it in the washer.
You know?
He just takes
You
it
put them in the
shower.
washer, they get all destroyed and they
Oh.
fall apart.
I never heard. Have any of you ever heard of washing your
He
hat
has no
on
hair.
your
He
head?
wears his hat everywhere. He has no hair.
You're killing me.
3 kids.
Actually, Sally, we've been married 21 years. And we do have 3 daughters who have always been afraid to bring their friends home. They actually introduce their father as, this is my father, the hippie, and let's go up to my room. That's all they'll say. He will greet them at the door, especially guys, with just shorts on. And this is a very massive, hairy man. Ooh. I mean, sometimes his beard is down to here. When I met him, I have to admit, when I met him, his beard was down to here. I'm not sure what attracted me, but something did.
Well, now, wait a minute. He has a toothpick.
Yes, he carries a toothpick in his beard. That is, in case he needs one, he's got one handy.
Wears his socks inside out.
Yes, he does. He has his own little sitting area. We don't let him out in the living room, okay? He has
My husband is not allowed in the living room,
Yeah,
okay?
well, he can come out for brief moments, you
but
know.
he does smell.
Yeah, well, yeah, he sits. He smells like grease and oil and diesel, and then he also smokes, and so he sits and smokes just in this chair. And everybody, including our friends and relatives, know that's his chair. Nobody sits in that chair but him and the dog.
So he ought to feel really at home.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, let's bring him on out and see what he really looks like. Oh my goodness, the smell.
This is what he looks like all the time.
Where's your toothpick?
Now,
It's handy. You don't have to search for it in your pocket. You can just, it's just right there.
And that's embarrassing. Come on, now isn't that embarrassing?
Yes, it is.
Especially if somebody else says to him, "Do you have a toothpick?" "Yeah, you want to use this one?" I mean, you know.
And not only that, but he also scares children with his appearance.
He's never really seemed to mind too much about scaring other children. However, we have become grandparents the last
ain't
9
true.
months. Huh?
That's not true.
Well,
You're
you
not
never
grandparents?
No.
No, we're grandparents. What she's going to say here.
But now our grandson, will see how his mustache grows all the way over his lips. You can't see his lips. Well, he'll be talking to our grandson who's enjoying everything, and all of a sudden he'll open his mouth real wide, and my little grandson will pucker up and scream because he doesn't understand why this thing that hardly ever moves is now moving really big, you know?
How old's the grandson?
9 months.
I can understand that. All right. Is there anything wrong with your appearance?
I don't think
Sally,
so. It must
you're
not
very
be too
happy.
I've
bad.
told him that if, God forbid, if anything should ever happen to him and he becomes a vegetable, the first thing I'm going to do is shave him completely. Sally, it's not just here. You see, it goes all the way down. Look at that. And it goes down to his toe, okay?
About her sex life.
Lack
Her
of.
husband's name, lack of it? Okay, maybe I better go up there if you're going to get intimate. Her husband's name is Steve. How long have you been married?
3 years.
3 years. And what is your sex life like, she asks.
It comes in dribs and drabs, dribs and
What?
drabs. Dribs and drabs. If he shaves, if he shaves, which is why we only have 2 children, if he shaves, I'll get in as much as I can because I know it's going to be like a really long time before he shaves again.
Whoopee, daddy shaved, let's have sex. Woo.
It's disgusting. His beard is so, it's not even grown in all the way, and he thinks it looks great. He's like, look at my beard, I look awesome. His beard is so thin and scruffy, and yet his mustache just keeps going and keeps going, and he's got these hairs that just like stick out all over the place, and if he decides to give me a kiss, they go right up my nose.
Lovely.
And his,
What else? Does he shower?
okay. He will shower when he remembers that he hasn't showered. And if he didn't take a shower in a couple of days, I'll say, well, honey, could you at least change your underwear? Why should I change them? I'm dirty. Why should I put on clean underwear? It's just going to make them dirty. I'll just wait until they, you know,
your love
walk it on
life
their
must
own.
be terrific. Does he smell?
Okay. He likes to wake me up with his lovely breath if he hasn't brushed his teeth in a couple of days. It's like, I forgot I brushed my teeth. How does it smell?
And you married this man.
He wasn't like this when I married him. He didn't shave when I married him, but we didn't live together or anything, so I had no idea.
I mean, the man does
like
not
this.
brush his teeth. He is also, you told us, rude.
Rude. He and my son is 2.5. He now has my son hysterical whenever he makes body noises with his mouth. He thinks it's so funny that he has to pull over on the side of the road if he's driving because he can't breathe. He's laughing so hard. If he makes one that sounds really good, like, wow, wasn't that one good, honey? It was really realistic. And then my son will do it right after him, and then they're both cracking up, and I'm just like, oh my God, how do they think this is funny?
Well, the 2-year-old maybe. How old's your husband?
24.
Spits and burps in public.
And blames it on me.
Eats tuna.
He'll burp really loud in a diner or a restaurant and go, honey, how could you do that?
Now, you've refused to have sex with him. Wouldn't you think he would clean himself up?
You would think that.
No?
He's comfortable. Why should I? There's plenty of girls out there who think I'm sexy.
You're kidding.
All the girls at work tell me I look great with a beard. Why should I shave? You're just one.
The girls at work? Bring him on out and I'll talk to him. We do have on our staff 2 magicians. Cynthia Raphael Rickman. Richard Penna, both of whom I was sure would leave me after this show, and our aide-de-camp, Bruce Krug, who really worked overtime getting these guys into shape. So I do want to thank you, and if you've been running and hiding, I understand.